Hello, and welcome back to another Fire Emblem Heroes video. Today I'm talking about a more interesting thing. When you've been playing Fire Emblem Heroes as long as someone like I have, I've been playing, just for clarification, I don't have an exact date. I haven't been playing since launch, but I joined after the Halloween banner, the original Cur Defeat, was released. After it was released, but before it ended. So that can put you about November. 3 years ago. Yeah. But I have built up 15 units, including the one I'm currently building, which is my Close Call Repel Soel. As she is currently +9, I have another one in the barracks, I just don't have the feathers, and I literally need one. No, wait, she's plus. No. I just need feathers and one more Soel, is basically what I'm trying to say. But I get to use maybe 3 of the +10s I've built. So enjoy getting to see all of the units I've built in action. Problem number 1. There aren't enough modes you can't just auto through. Which sounds like a weird complaint, because one of my complaints about Pawns of Loki was the lack of auto battles. But I mean, modes like Aether Raids that require skill and strategy. Hall of Forms. I would rather get rid of the modes like Frontline Phoenix, Pawns of Loki, Lost Lore. Throw those out a window and just put these really fun skill-based modes in. That technically can be wailed for. Aether Raids. So the units I get to use, I'm just going to go through them, are my legendary Hero Battle Sweeper, Bernadetta. And then my Aether Raids teams, which are my Kronya, my Lysithea, and my Zane. That's it. I don't get to use anyone else. Maybe aside from the occasional me deciding to do Arena for once in a blue moon. But that's it. So out of those, that's 2 out of 15 I get to use. Kazane's a one-off, and Lysithea is also a one-off. I just like them. And they made good use sweepers. So, how do we solve this problem? Simple. Because the rest of them just get thrown in autos. My core has not changed really ever. Here's an older incarnation of the core. Faye, Kaze. Who's the blue I built? Sorry, I'm trying to think here. Sophia. Did I build anyone before Kana? No, I think she was the first. And then probably a Fjorm. Because she was good at the time. That was my original core. After that, Kaze got switched for Jenny. Sophia got switched for Fear. And Fjorm got switched for Fallen Delphia. My current core has changed Jenny out for Bernadetta. My core has barely changed in the last 3 years. And those are the teams I auto with. Maybe remove Delphia or Bernadetta because I don't really need 2 sweepers for autoing. And throw in the bonus unit. That has been my team for the last 3 years. There are not enough modes. And I don't want these boring fluff modes either. Like, I don't want modes like... But I also want them to be doable as auto and accessible. Like, I find Hall of Forms is definitely not a mode that's accessible to everyone. It requires a lot of skill and strategy, like a main series game, and I love that about it. But you want a mode that's widely accessible to everyone, but also requires skill and strategy. Aether Raids has a very basic premise that in the earlier tiers, which a lot of people who don't understand how the mode works, can be done quite easily. But once you get into the higher tiers and understand how the game works, and you're skilled, it takes a lot of skill, effort, and even building units. But a lot of modes don't have that, it's just auto them. Like, here's one I would kind of love to see, just going off of the recent ninjas. You would have, like, a shadow mode. Like, a shadow sneak mode. So think, like, kind of an arena-style mode, but basically, there's cover, so, like, your things like your defense tiles, but when an enemy unit is on that cover, they become completely invisible for a turn, so they can sneak up on you, but, so you have to remember where the enemy moved, to then sneak up back on them, but the enemy AI can't see you if you're on one of those tiles as well. If that makes sense. Basically, invisibility tiles. And there was a game mode built around that. So the early tiers and ranks, quite simple. Maybe only one enemy can be invisible at a time. But then you build up, and once you get to the high tiers, every single enemy unit can be invisible. Their AI gets stronger and more skilled. And obviously, with players, their builds get stronger. That would sound like a decently fun mod that I literally just came up on the spot. I just want modes that require skill and fun and I can build and use my units for. Because the two modes at this point I find fun are Aether Raids and Hall of Forms. You're probably like, well, why are you complaining? Hall of Forms is really good and you get to do it like every month with brand new units. But I can't use and build a unit for it. I want to be able to do that because I love this game, but it's getting to a point where I have units like Kaze, who exists. I haven't used him for 2 years. He does not hold up. When was the last time you saw Kaze being used? Yeah, didn't think so. I want there to be uses for every unit. I want there to be a use for every single person. So you can build hundreds of units, all with different purposes, and they all be useful in modes that aren't just auto-battling. Change some of the existing modes and make them more worthwhile. I just want to be able to use my units. Please. Also, I just updated my units that need a refine list. Half of them have gone to refine, considering one of the listings was staves. And another ones were Faye, Antique, and Noe. One quick thing before we go. Thank you all for watching, and on the 14th, it is going to be my channel's 5-year anniversary. So I'm planning to do a sort of mega stream on that day. I don't have too much planned. Scrolling on the screen is general list of what I intend to do. I would love to see you guys there. I'm planning on starting the stream around 10 a.m. I'm not too sure. I'll keep you guys updated, but I would love to see you guys come by. Thank you.
Okay, this is Drax Looks at Life. Hope you all enjoyed this BG 2006 video. Make sure to subscribe to BG 2006 if you have not already.